All right, good evening, everybody. We're back with a little bit more Song of Six. Been enjoying this one quite a bit. And yeah, we're going to continue on. Last time around, we did have a bandit come and rough us up a little bit. We had no protection, no way to fight back. We were and are still broke. So we are hopefully trying to train up a few troops that will be able to maybe fight back if worse comes to worse. So we're trying to get Division 0 here, that's an ominous name, to get about 20 spearmen right now is the goal. So we're training about 5 at a time. We are very low on people. We're kind of having a problem where I'd like to surge in people, but because we paid a frankly ridiculous amount in extortion, we're actually kind of worried about our food here. Luckily, about half our crop was still in the field, and I guess they didn't take that into their calculation, so we were able to pull that in, but they robbed us pretty blind, like starvation levels of blind. I was just looking around the map here. We don't really have anything easily in distance. I think I've wiped out, yeah, there's some bones that are left. I've wiped out the onks for now. I guess we could come over here. There's like 2 animals. We do have some meat, so that's not the worst. But you know what? While I'm over here, let's go ahead and queue those up. What else do we have? Some here. Okay, that looks a little healthier. All right, we'll grab... Jeez, we're going to need quite a bit. We'll grab 4 of those ones, too. And we'll pull all that in there. Give ourselves a little bit more food stockpile. We got our canal system up and running last time, so we are watering our fields here, so that is something good. Before we got extorted, we started a cotton farm with an eye to getting a weaver up. We have our weaver, and I did between last time and now just to let the game run just a smidgen to get this warehouse. And I already see issues here that I copy-pasted this, so it's already got a bunch of settings in there. Let's turn those off. All right, we are gonna want fiber and quite a decent amount. Let's start it like that, and then we will also allow. I'm gonna want cloth, and I'm gonna want clothes. That's gonna be coming here in the near future, and I don't know what else, but probably a few other things. Oh, we also were gonna use this kind of as our trade depot. And for that, I want the herbs here. Okay, I'm already out of space. Let's back that up a little bit. And I want the opiates here. Yeah, and then we were having an issue because I moved those things over here and they're out of range of where I actually need them. So we'll take the herbs off here, take the opiates off here. I would like to actually have some cloth over here, but I'm gonna bring that back a click. And we'll do that. Let me go ahead and catch up on chat here. Rigi says, are we giving in to blackmail? We already had to, unfortunately. Hey, Eric, we already gave in to black... Yep. Invisible Babble. Oh, there we go. Yeah, thank you for the heads up. I generally try to not start stream with the camera on because it's just going to be me staring off screen. Making sure that all the... not Discord stuff, all the OBS stuff is working. Hey Miles, how's it going? Matthew. Day 3 of asking for fish. Keep asking. Hey Owen, very excited for the stream. Was playing a little bit beforehand. Well, nice. Really been enjoying it, I have to say. Dodge the debt collectors. Hopefully not. But I will ask at the start. Maybe we'll use some fish when we're ready for rations. Maybe that'll happen. We're just not good at it, so there's no point. We don't like them and we're not good at it, so it's kind of a double whammy here in this case. Those were fine folks that wanted to protect us for a simple donation of food. I think we found our collaborator here. I think it might be Matthew. You send any notes to weird people in the woods lately? Hey, Slice and Union. Are we setting up a military? Well, I mean, we're training some militia. I don't know if that counts or not, but we are trying to get to the point that we could defend ourselves. Hopefully that will be the case. Okay, what else was there? There was more than just the cloth thing, though. Right, we needed to get leather. so that we could run our library that we unlocked, thinking that we were going to be able to use this for knowledge. And that apparently is not going to be the case. Now, Ulrich might be something where we want to unlock. We're a long ways away here, though. We need to get to 59 animals, and we only have 18. So until this fills up, there's no point in setting up another field because I will have no livestock to put in it. Just like we were going to take this apart, but it's producing a little bit of livestock, and it is producing some meat, so I think I'm going to let it be for now, with an eye at knowing that that's probably coming out at some point. Gary says, hello, by the way, I checked the game myself and the privacy fulfillment was removed, so it doesn't matter the size of house you use anymore. Ah, okay. What never notes to the well-fed people in the woods? Have we formed the Military Research Council? It's two guys with a big stick at the moment. Oh, sorry, Gray, not Gary. Gray. My bad. Okay, yeah, so we need some leather. My thought was originally we were going to be able to change our hunters, but obviously in the current situation, that's not going to happen. In fact, let's even let this go on slow speed here. Let some things happen. All right, you, I'm going to want to tell you no more pull source. That should resolve itself here. So we are trying to sell opiates. I think we are empty on opiates. We're trying to sell herbs. We're empty on herbs. We don't really have a lot of excess at the moment. Maybe some furniture, but I'm sure the next thing I build is going to need a bajillion furniture. So maybe not. Looking at my market here. Okay, that's food stuff. Okay, we are providing wood, furniture, pottery, and fabric. And we have all those things, but we don't have them over here. I need to work on logistics. This was not something I knew when we started. We need a way to get those things over here. Like, I don't know if I want to fiddle with these settings because I kind of feel like I'm storing what I need here. We're not getting those eggs. Maybe we take the eggs off here. And then that gives me a free box to put some, let's say, wood here. So if we add the wood, but the thing is, we're not just going to get wood randomly. I would need to go tell them to get wood. So we would need to tell these guys to pull from, and it would be here. And that's fine. Let's back off maybe a grain, and let's also add furniture. I don't think this is a great solution, but it's a temporary solution. Going forward, I think I'm going to need a little supply warehouse in each little village or each area where we pull things from other places and bring it here. Same way we are getting bread over here, right? In theory, we are. So here, I think I would say pull source here, that we pull over some of that. Also, I see veggies here, which is fine, but I don't think we have any veggies stored here. So again, I think we pull back and we add one click. Oh no, hold on. We don't actually like veggies, so I don't really care who eats the veggies. Yeah, leave that alone. Recent breakthrough, I've uncovered the tech of a bigger stick. Ooh, nice, nice. Back to push-pull points, and where does that bring you? Back to logistics. Are you growing opiates and herbs? No. We are collecting opiates from over here. And now that you said that out loud, we actually wiped out the herbs on accident too. So that would be a moot point. We don't need that currently. Good call on that. I'd like to rectify that, but other fish to fry and all that at the moment. Okay, weapon-wise, we are crafting our own spears currently, and we do have a couple flanks that were gifted to us. Really, I only need 20 spears for the current militia plans. Maybe that would be a good one to export. I'm kind of feeling like I need more export depots. Oh, that reminds me. Well, and we're too poor at the moment. Another thing I would like to do, we actually have connections over here and over here. We need to get trade deals, I guess trade deals made with them. I don't think we can afford any at the moment, though. Hello, buddy. The Conqueror, the Merciful, the Great Humanist. Yeah, he looks like a great humanist. But I need trade. And if we were to barter this, I can't pay with food. I just can't. So we need to make some goods of some sort or another. Oops. Before I can afford to do that. But that's going to be one of my big goals now. I want to get a trade treaty with both of those. I think I'd like to expand this trade area a little bit and see if we can make some moolah. Another thing, okay, right, wood. We got robbed of like 5,000 wood. So wood actually is now a thing. So we probably should deal with that a little bit. Okay, so to wit, I think we're gonna put in some wood areas. Maybe we would this. Well, I kind of want this in case we need more services here. And I kind of want these spots for 2 more workshops. So it could go up here. Maybe we do that. So I want... I don't even know what that's under. It's not a farm. Woodcutter. Okay, so if we were to have a woodcutter... You could have... Oh, right, and it's going to be based on the fertility. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, TM. So something like this would be 10 workers, 50% efficiency, so let's get some auxiliaries. And actually, you know what? We'll expand this area into some of this bad terrain, and we'll use this for our auxiliaries. So, auxiliaries... I would like this, yeah, just one of them. Okay, perfect. And then a little bit of storage. I guess it could go over here. I kind of want to swap these two. So, auxiliary. Swap you there. Get rid of you. Storage. Shrink it. Yeah, something like that. And then we will shrink off this excess in the bad soil. Okay, we're using a little bit. Maybe we don't need quite that much. Let's go back to storage. One smaller. I don't want to use up any of the good soil if I can help it. Yeah, something like that. 10 workers. We can't really afford this at the moment, but we'll get some people here in a minute. You should get cart skirting. Really helps with the defense. Get some war carts. Does anyone know if money is stored somewhere? Like, can it be stolen in an attack? It's here in the UI. I don't think it's physically stored, but I do believe they took my money. So I don't know how they get it, but they must have it somewhere. That would be interesting. I do like games that make you actually have your money in a physical location. Makes me think of Dungeon Keeper. Okay. Yes. That's fine. We have eight odd jobbers. So that's not great. 8 days of food. We are in day 3 of summer. I think we could go with a little more food. It's gonna come in. So let's go ahead and bring some more people. We're at 265. Okay, another question. What is my next milestone? 400. I do not want to cross 400 until we're ready. Okay, but for the time being, I will take 25 people maybe. That's 5, so 290. Oh, hold on. I'm not gonna have enough housing for that. Let's stop at whatever I'm just at. Housing. In fact, let's pause. Where are we gonna add some more housing? I am seeing that we have 5 here, 4 here. How do we only have 4 houses when I immediately can see that we have empty rooms over here? Huh. Alright, I think I'm going to add some housing over to this section. So I want smart move. I'm going to get rid of this. I am going to use the bigger places over here. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, we save so much space by doing this mode rather than plop 1, 1, 1, and 1. I could almost fit an extra if I'm willing to sacrifice some road. I don't think I am. All right, we'll do this, and then we'll add just like some decorations down here or something. Okay. That's not correct. No. That's one too far forward. Okay, let's try that again. So I want one of these. And I want 4 of them. And I want to overlap that wall. There we go. That's better. Okay. Keep playing. Makes money if it would make sense if the money was stored in the throne room. I do know that one of the reasons he uses the throne room is it helps enemy AI a lot. Because you can tell the enemy AI your goal is to attack the throne room. A lot of games that need specific like pathfinding do things like that. Owen says, if you're planning on having alcohol, I'd make sure there's a surplus before opening a tavern. People get very upset when you're out. Are games too real? Okay. Alcohol is something, again, that's probably close on our radar, but not yet. What I'd like to see done, I'd like to see our basic needs, minus maybe the jewelry, met. So, like, we have enough wood, but we don't have enough furniture, we don't have enough cloth, we don't have enough pottery. So I want to keep expanding those things out quite heavily. All right, let's actually go up in speed a little bit here. Okay, we have 23 spare odd jobbers. That's totally fine by me. Okay, we are harvesting some veggies. That's food. I don't know when the cotton's going to come in. Also, cotton could use a little bit more moisture. We could do that without too much work. Moisture map. So this would be the area that would need it most. All right, I think we will do that. We'll grab this and we'll just bring it. Let's try that a little bit. It is what it is. I didn't really want to extend that, but there's no reason not to if we've already gone through all the work to get the water here. We have more workers ranching. That's true, but I would need a way to micromanage this that I really don't have. I guess we could do the auto, but then again, I'm gonna run out of employees. Yeah, we're at 1/3 of the number of people, so we could cut this down. We are actually not, because we could be at 42, so we're running half at the moment. I'm gonna leave that alone, but I see your point. I'm gonna forget and need to turn those up higher later too. Less than 1K. Yeah, we got robbed. So this is the wood. The wood cutter will be sustainable. They're gonna plant trees and whatnot. This is not gonna be big enough, but it's where the good soil was here. And it's right next to where we do other things, so that's a start. We'll probably need to do more over here. This will probably be woodlands. And in fact, now that I say that out loud, that's also making me kind of feel like we should chop some more trees too. Let's let them finish this. I say that because I kind of want people to get as much wood as they would like. Giggity. Yeah, much wood as they would like. That's an easy one to fulfill, so. Are you able to expand the island to the east, or would that be too much work? I mean, we definitely can at some point. This is our second thing of clay, and I believe there's gems. Or no, that's our gems, and our clays are beyond that. One thing I've noticed, are there not actual bridges? Do I literally just build road across the water? That feels kind of weird. Like, I feel like I should be able to build bridges. It is a cruel world if you'll let me have a bridge. Okay, we do have those 25 workers. We are at negative 10 houses. We are working to fix that. Okay, we're using up some stone, which we have plenty of. Some furniture, which we have. Food is up to 9 days. That's encouraging. That's going to be our veggies, I think. Yep, our veggies came in. This is not super productive, and we don't like veggies. Gross rabbit food. But we wanted to make sure that we could plant veggies later on if we wanted to. So a little heritage farm here. Okay, water's flowing nice. Now we're at 100% moisture. Okay, I also feel... Okay, they do walk across here. If I was to do this... Okay, I could stick a little path through here. I think this is the spot. Just to help them out a little bit. Come to and fro. And then we're going to build... Yeah, and then this path can go higher if I wanted it to. I think for now I will put this in. We'll do that for now. Just to help them out a little bit. Right, we are employing 2 weavers. So we are making a little bit of cloth. A little bit. Not much. It definitely could be higher. But again, workers. Okay, we also are not making clothes. That's another thing I would like to do. I'm having to kind of reorient myself since it's been a day. Janitor closets. You still have no wood. You still have no furniture. Okay, I've taken too much grain away here, though. Oh, no, I haven't. Those numbers are really hard to read. I don't know why there's a space between the 4 and the 8 in 4,800. I wish those were closer and a comma was there. Yes, that's correct, Owen, if I said that differently. We have 10 people who do not have a house. That will be fixed here momentarily, though. We dropped housing for 40 people. We have someone in our graveyard! Yes! Finally! Liege Carpenter died from disease. Excellent. Excellent. Now we can respectfully bury her. Done. Absolutely done. Okay, we have all the goods and we're putting in the sustainable wood. Never thought you'd get to a no wood. Well, we got robbed, so, you know, I guess that's one way to achieve it. Founding member? I don't know. Members? Lay Carpenter? Missed the crime? They've talked about crime. I haven't seen any crime. She died of disease. I believe hunters go off map, JB. I don't think they're actually hunting on map. That's what I was told. And I also was told that 15 is the sweet point for efficiency, and we're at 16. I don't know if that's the case, though, because I also heard somewhere that the first technology for extra hunters is really efficient. So, I don't know on that one. I haven't seen them, like, walking this direction, which would be the closest animals if there were any up here. So I feel like they're going off a map. So ideally, you'd probably want to build that next to the edge. But that's on this map, that's not really possible. We'd have to do a bunch of weird bridging or something over here. Imagine a no wood run. I don't think that would be good. I was gonna say possible, but it's probably possible. Would you be willing to buy wood, Owen? Or you mean absolutely you can't use it no matter what? What are you guys all doing? Listening to the news. Okay. Okay. Available services, 47 out of 50. Are you listening to the news? No, you're biding time. Okay. All right, we have no more homeless people. That has been resolved. Our conscripts are in theory training, I guess? How can I tell? How can I tell? So I want 20 people. That blue bar says 4. I don't know what that means. Needs to train 20, currently training 5. Okay. I see, I see. I'm almost tempted to turn this up, but less than 20 objotters feels really bad. Like it's significantly noticeable when we drop that low. I'm waiting to see what my food income's gonna be before I invite. But soon, TM, soon. We are on day 1 of autumn. Do we have enough toilets? We're still getting that weird red. No one's complaining. Over here. Again, we're getting a little bit of red, but no one's complaining. That's a good question, though. Let's look at potential problems. The amount of odd jobbers you have is not a problem. No room is currently severe problems with workload. You do not currently store any goods in excess. You currently are not hoarding much wealth. You're not spending excessive resources on technology. Your services are properly dimensioned. Okay, so it seems like we're okay. How many years has it been in game? Year 8 of the first age. 8 years. Okay, that's going in. I'm trying to be a little patient. I want to queue up a whole bunch of stuff, but just because of the way the priority kind of sort of doesn't work in this game, I don't think it's a good idea. I am seeing people cut through here. Who's cutting through there? Is it you guys? I don't love that. Somebody said that I could fill this in. What do we do to fill this in? Dismantle. Repair. Clear rock. Dig in the mountain. Maybe we just throw a wall there. Alright, I'm okay with them cutting through there. I don't love it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add an access point here, which is more what I would prefer that they used. Yeah, we'll see if they like that a little bit more. Okay, we did get the fiber. We grew 414 fiber. Not that much. We have a little bit of opiate and a little bit of cloth over here. We are currently trying to export some furniture, which we probably can't because we don't have enough. Let's go ahead and let's export the opiates. Yep. Any way you build in a mountain will always be a mountain segment. Any wall. Okay, so if I just build a wall here, it'll just close it up. Come on, you bums. 20 odd jobbers. 452 wood. 71 furniture. 65 spears. That's right. One of my factories is doing spears right now. I guess that's okay. At some point, I'm going to need to flip them back to furniture. How are we feeling over here? We have no meat. Okay, right. Because my logistics are not good over here. Yeah, my logistics are not good over here. How can we solve this? Okay, well, we don't currently have any rations, so that gets me a spot back. So then we could set a tick of meat. But to get the tick of meat, we're going to need to do a pull source from here. I hope I'm setting these up right. Okay, those are actually the same. Ah, okay, so remove that, click this. All right, so we're gonna get bread from over there. I don't want livestock, I don't want that. I do want that, don't want that. Don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. Hang on, maybe I'm not doing this correctly. Pull source number 4. This is number 4. Click to issue order to pull from another storage site. Okay, and this seems like that part's working because we are getting furniture and wood. Hi, hello, how are you? First time seeing you live. Been watching your Shadow Empire Season 4 for the last 2 weeks. Learned a lot. Well, I'm glad you are. If you enjoyed the tutorial portion of that, I do a lot of that in Season 1, actually, the Babel project. because that was the first time we played it on the channel. Season 3 is the fan favorite. Yeah, welcome in. Glad you're enjoying it. What are people mainly eating? Is it bread or meat that's being consumed? I don't know how to tell what's actually... I guess we could look at the... Consumed minus 120. Bread. 28 meat. Part of that, though, because I wasn't transporting meat over here. In fact, we weren't transporting anything over here. Now we're getting some meat. I do think I broke this, though, with what I was just clicking on. And I don't actually want fiber over here, so we should take the fiber away. Put that in the fiber one, because nobody needs raw fiber over here. Okay, our woodcutter is up and running. I don't want to have 10 people working here. Well, I do want 10 people working here, but I don't know if I have 10 people to spare. Let's bring some more in. I was gonna do 290. Let's go to 300. I feel like with the harvest coming in, 1.34 grain, and we still have some on the ground. We're still selling some opiates. What are you doing? You're bringing the opiates from the other place here? Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think we need more wood. I think we're gonna do a chop job here. Let's just get that out of the way. Take that, please. And then I think we're gonna do clothing, because we're so close to it right here, and we're completely out. So let's look at that. So we would want crafting. Apparently no. Refining. No. Crafting. Ah, that's right. I couldn't find this forever. This has a scroll bar for some reason. I don't know why this UI just doesn't go taller. We would want a tailor. Cost some stone. Cost some furniture. We could use leather, or we could use cloth to make clothes, and we could use leather to make armor. Tailor. Okay, we have a door right here, which is kind of awkward. Put it right there. We could put it... I think I'm going to put it over here. Alright, and again, we kind of want this sized pretty decently. So, let's see what actually fits. Okay, if we were going to do that, that would be 9 people. That's probably fine. 18 tailors, that sounds like a decent start. Can I... That's 33. I have a feeling that no more of these are going to fit. 88. 86. 100, okay. But what about storage? Okay. That feels like that is not enough storage. That really feels like that's not enough storage. We'll try it. We'll try it. And then I'll just be really, really sad if that doesn't work. Okay, we have a door here, and that's literally the only door. We're going Victoria sweatshop here. Pre-fire. One door. It's locked while you work. Maybe you should meet your quotas if you want the door unlocked. I've locked the door in the other building. Yes, I did. Can I? What if we had a door there? And then we could just walk in here and get stuff. There you go. I like it. I'm glad you said something. I definitely would not have noticed that. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. A little internal storage almost. Okay. Wood is looking a lot healthier. Spears are still going up. Like I said, I'm going to just get a whole batch of spears and then we'll switch it back over. 25 odd jobbers, although we're going to employ some of those as tailors. We are treading water with pottery also. 8 days of food. Our food should be expanding slowly as this fills up. We're up to 19 animals. Never going to be crazy, although the eggs are coming in. How many weapons do we have? We have 85 spears and we have 25 flanks. I'm probably saying that name wrong. I keep wanting to call it flax, but it's not flax. Flax is a plant. Okay, I think I just need to be patient. I just need to be patient. I want to pull in a bunch more people, but I need to see what this translates to. I guess we could figure that out again, right? So a baker, 9 bakers. We're also not fully loaded, right? Yeah, we could up our baking. The Great Bake Off. Maybe I do that. Okay, there's also a grain, yeah. Maybe we do that. Give me the extra bakers. The Triangle Shirt Factory fire hasn't happened yet. There's no way we could have known. That's right. No way we could have known. Yes, I do, Eric. I have to keep stopping myself. Yeah, Folks, I think is how you pronounce that, Folks. We have those in Battle Brothers too. Okay, totally side question here. Does the camera look a little clearer? Well, after I was watching last stream and I was like, that looks really blurry. So I went and I fiddled with the camera settings and I thought it looks a little clearer, but you know, just like listening to your own voice. Maybe I just look smudgy. That's also a distinct possibility. It looks clear to you? Okay. It just seemed very noticeable to me. I don't know if things had just drifted or something, but don't really pay enough attention to your camera. That's fine too. Seems fine? Okay. Notice I didn't say, does it look good? I said, did it look blurry? I know the answer to the first question. What are you doing? You're being sick. You're being sick. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I'm noticing a pattern here. Being sick. Do we have something else we could do for health? Physician, barber, bathhouse, hospital. Maybe we need to look at our technology a little bit. Posh relief. Okay, I don't really care about that. Well, although this does say more hygienic. Healthcare. Unlocks hospital, but that's 500 population. Markets, tombs, fancy fights. Extra dining. Elderly care. Could unlock doctors. Where do doctors come from? I assume that's healthcare, right? Okay, it's 500 people though, so we're not there yet. Okay, we also talked about doing better roads. I'm pretty interested in doing that. We could do rural healthcare. That's Empire stuff though. That's something different. Okay, paved roads are probably pretty high on my to-do list. I think paved roads are in. Guards, executions. Herbs, I think we talked about. We could do basic refining. That would increase our bakery and our weaver. We could start mining gems. We may unlock Oryx. Bower could be a thing. I believe masonry would give us the fine stone that we need for some stuff. That wouldn't be terrible. Okay, this technology would give us better carpenters, potters, ration makers, and tailors. Okay. Let me look at Better roads. Why are you not showing up? I swear that is unlocked. Democratic whispers. A weird political ideology is spread among your educated subjects. Democracy. It seems to offer no advantages compared to despotism that you can see, but your systems seem to think it has merit. While the movement is in its infancy, it would not take much effort to focus it on another, more deserving despot, but doing so will harm relations with them. Alternatively, their intellectual leader, Yoshitsun Argus, could be removed, which would resolve the situation. So we could force them outwards, we could ignore them, we could disappear their leader. The plebes are getting ideas here. I don't know about that. Alright, we're just gonna ignore them for now. That's fine. The movement quickly grows inside, though they remain a minority. Unless something agitates them further, your subjects should remain content with your rule and see the folly of questioning. Nearby rewards offer their support after hearing about your troubles. Questions. Food efficiency text seemed pretty good too. Okay, what am I missing? I thought I clicked to get roads. Why you know road? Yeah, we allocated 5. Unlocked. Why you no build road? Because I'm looking at the menu wrong. Alright, so paved roads is 50% for humans. Cobblestone is 10. So we would want to do paved roads, which requires stone. Okay. I think we're going to do some paving. I think we're going to start... Let's start right here. Somebody said they walk faster on this. Let's do our main thoroughfare here. 548. We have that amount of stone. Do it. Cobble's faster. Yeah, but we don't like cobble. Paved is 10 speed, cobble is 20. Yeah, but guys. Bricked road, we like 10%. Paved road, we like it 50%. Cobblestone, we only like it 10. You already have plus 10 speed, but we would like this because we like the road. Am I not wrong? 50% people would be satisfied with this. What we want is plaza, but we can't get plaza. Okay, yeah, we're cool. We're cool. What you're saying is this isn't going to be a speed increase. I'm with you. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Okay, we are going to need some more stone after that, but I think I'm going to wait and see how much is just laying out and about. Because we definitely do have some laying out and about. Okay, we're up to 20 lizards. Oh, you know what? We are getting eggs in, and I just turned off egg storage. Big brain move there. Let's turn that back on. Eggs. Whoops. I will forever hit that. But it looks nice. Thank you, Eric. Eric supports my municipal plans here. Feel like there's other things. Like the cobble for the looks. There you go. What I'd love to see is that our egg storage fills up, and then we can move some eggs to the other warehouse too. I feel like this is unsustainable. I probably should build that other warehouse I keep talking about. Listen to that guy. He knows what I'm talking about. Okay, we are at 8 days food. Are we actually going up or what? We're going up pretty significantly. But I am employing all my bakers. And we have that amount of grain for the year. So what I want to see is, do we run out of grain before the next grain harvests? That is this year's question. We have 13 odd jobbers, which is a little on the low side. I would like to bring some more people in. Food is going up. Yeah, let's do it. Get me an additional... Let's do an additional 20 people. I mean, if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it, right? Okay, we're waiting for the tailor to get constructed. A little bit of stone, some wood, some furniture. We have all those things. Okay, we're doing good work here. Look at that, we're even getting some wood harvest in. Okay, cool. Okay, my market has wood, furniture, pottery, and cloth. Okay, we have everything available here that these people want, except for clothes. I will go ahead and tell them they can have those, even though we don't have them currently. We'll do the same over here. You. Wood, furniture, pottery, cloth, clothes. Yeah, we need that other warehouse. So, okay. Future Babel. Whenever we make a new town square, essentially, it gets a dedicated warehouse. The dedicated warehouse needs to be able to hold every variety of food that we're going to have and every piece of, I'm going to call these consumer goods that we're going to have. So, for example, we would want to store at least one click of everything. So, wood, furniture, cloth, pottery, clothes, well, no probablys, and rings, jewelry. So 6 different things. Over at the market, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then probably booze would be 11. So I would need at least 11 storage spaces in these warehouses. When you fall off a horse, you get back up and you eat that horse. Yeah, I'll teach him a lesson. Stone too? Do they want stone? They don't want stone. Oh, right. Stone because we need it for the janitor. Okay, so 11, 12 for stone, 13 for iron. 13 for iron. So, okay, 13 clicks. This is a 24 size, so a 24 would definitely do it and have some spare. So probably just one of these little, I'm going to call this a standard warehouse. Okay. All right. I think we're going to build that next when this is done. My 34 odd jobbers, but they're working on my, oh, you guys were making fun of my road. Look at this. Look at this. Not bad. Not bad at all. Paved road. Looks very nice. Looks very nice. Always have trouble figuring out how big warehouse. Yeah, I think it's more of an art than a science necessarily. But the lesson I'm learning is I want a dedicated distribution warehouse. Then this one could focus on being our granary, and I wouldn't have all this other stuff in the way. Just like we made this one a dedicated fiber depot. Looks awfully cobbly. It's a paved road. I don't know what to tell you. I guess in the game terms, pave is like shaped stone. And cobble would be, well, cobblestone. Okay, that did use a good chunk of my stone up. I'm not going to queue up any more at the moment until next time this fills up. God, hells. Well, it was a good argument. How we doing over here? Still just one. Not today. Not today. Also, did I fix the problem of people taking shortcuts? Also, let's do that. Okay, things are looking pretty healthy, I would say. let's increase our weavers up to 5. We need cloth both to use it, and we also need cloth to make the clothes. So we're gonna need a lot of this. Maybe even a second one of these pretty quickly. We have a lot of people who are sick. There are clearly brickstone roads made from smelted cobblestone. Sure, sure. 22 lizards. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, the next material we need is leather. I can't turn on my library until we have leather. So either we would need auric, but to do auric, we need this place to be full. Or we would need our hunters to be able to go off of meat. How much are you making? You are making 41 meat, but I don't know how 41 meat goes into this equation. If it's just literally 41, we could actually absorb that. If I turn this to leather. We are going to need a place to store leather too. And I think it's going to be here. But we're going to need to be able to ship leather over there too. This is complicated, guys. I'm always going to hit escape on that menu, apparently. Union says, I admit I don't have much knowledge about ancient art of cobblestoning. Should probably watch a video. There probably is one. I watched a video a couple weeks ago about the history of asphalt. So there you go. An obsidian road would be so fire? I mean, I don't feel like that would be that useful. Boom, obsidian. I mean, could make it that way too. You like videos of food history? I watched some of Max Miller, I think is the channel. He makes like a historic dish and then like talks about it. I find those pretty interesting. Same, yeah. We travel in the same circles, I have a feeling. Okay, wood seems to have stabilized. We are still making excess clay. All right, let's turn up our pottery because we are not going to meet our pottery needs at all. Let's go to 15 potters, none of which are hairy. Okay, another one. That means we need that. Yeah, I need this warehouse like really badly. Okay, and we're done. Okay, we are already employing way too many people here. Let's cut that way back because there's no way we have that much. All right, give me the warehouse. That was not the button I wanted. I want room copier. You. That's fine, but I'm gonna make some changes to it. Okay, where do we want to place this? It doesn't really need to be in the center, so it could be off to the side. Yes. All right, now. Okay, pause. Pause for a second. So yes, and then I want to click. No. Click here. Yes. All right. I just want no door there. Just regular wall, and the rest of it's fine. Okay. Oh, I wish when it was at this mode I could change the designations in here because I'm gonna forget. I love the room copier so much. Yeah, it's pretty good. It reminds me a lot of Factorio. Clack, clack. Well, the clacking is probably better than the alternative option here. Also, let's laboratory check again. certainly feels like we're at the edge of that one. Certainly feels like we're at the edge of that one. I mean, we could put in just a little toilet here. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe that would help with some of the sickness problems we're having. So, let's pause so you don't start building this before I'm ready. So if we did that, I don't know if this is going to be worth it. It's too small. Nope, will not work. But we'd have to put it up here. Are you still saying that we're good? It still says we're good. I'm gonna just trust in that for now. Okay, pottery's slowly coming up a little bit. It's fine. We have 16 odd jobbers. We've already used like 400 grain. Okay, that's about right though. 400 grain a season. We're not gonna quite have enough grain to make it all the way through, but close, I think. If the current trend continues. Okay, we're currently making, I assume that's 9.91. We're gonna make 66 fabric this year. How many are you using? That's not what I care about. We're gonna make 29, but the recipe, I don't think we're actually making anything because I don't think we had any leather. 19. Okay, that's all right, but we probably need to up the cloth production a little bit. Okay, we're working on that. I'm actually at negative 10 housing somehow. Okay, oops. Okay, we're gonna need some more housing. I think we're gonna do another block over here. Give me one of these. All right, these are gonna be about the same as this. That's one set. Do I want to leave room for the road here? I think I do. Okay, so we'll do that. And I think we're just gonna set a whole block in. All right, we're gonna immediately do the roads so that I don't accidentally put stuff all in the wrong place again. All right, we'll come back to that. Just hire mercs. The mercs were 84,000 coins, ducats, I guess, and we have 4K. So sure, I would love to do that, but we're not going to do that. Barring the lack of housing, I think you can bring a lot more people. I'm worried about the food. 9 days does not feel like enough food, and we're not really going up that fast. I think we need another food section. Probably some more grain. Although RX would also get us the leather. How big does this take? About... Oh wait, this is not going to have enough people, right? If we were fully employing this, we would need 42 people. 9 days of food is huge compared to what you normally see? Really? Oh, what you said to you? Okay, I gotcha. Fish time. I'm starting to suspect we might have a fishman problem in chat. Starting to suspect. I was playing on the Lizardman save, and one of the dudes was like, actually secretly thinks that living on land is okay. I love that that's his deepest, darkest secret. He thinks that land's actually not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. Deep one Colts, yeah, that's right. That's right. Gotta spread that madness somehow. We are humans. Food security is the first major hurdle on the way to greatness. Absolutely. Got that Maslow hierarchy of needs. You gotta have food and shelter, security. to motivate the plebes. All right, well, we're gonna get a whole bunch more housing in here, so we'll be able to get more. Okay, again, I just gotta be, I see, every time I queue up stuff like this, like if I was playing Workers and Resources or something, I would go start planning my next project while they worked on this, but I need to not do that. I guess we could go to planning mode. Maybe I can do that. Let's see how that goes. We'll go into planning mode. The next thing I want to plan is the security thing. The stockade. Place the security hold apprehended criminals and captives before processing them in a law facility. We also could build a human nursery. J-Rob says, your video got me to kick off another Shadow of Forbidden Gods run. Thank you for introducing me to that one. Very good. Yeah, I'm really sad. I wish the dev would put out like one more patch just to tighten up some of the stuff. I feel like it's really close to being in a really good state. It's unfortunate, but it looks like he's kind of done with it. At least I haven't seen any activity. Something to check that I didn't know if you need. Even if you have housing surplus, check for homelessness because we have a split town. Okay. I did notice earlier that there were some houses that didn't have anyone that lived in them, even though it said we had no housing. A clear sign of being superior is having a tail and being able to lay eggs in your foes. I mean, that probably doesn't hurt, right? He's working on a new game? Interesting. I quite like that one. It has its own quirks. Like so many of these like kind of niche strategy games, could you guys just please work on your UI and your buttons a little? Like, just because you're a small studio doesn't mean you have to have weird hotkeys. Like, it's okay to use normal hotkeys. Show me where the hotkeys hurt you. How big of a stockade do I need is a question. Wait, dude. Items entrance. Must be placed on the edge of the rope. Oh, I see. It's gonna be like a fence. I see. Four by 4 or a 5 by 5. Okay, so a 5 by 5 would be 25. This is a 3 by 6, so 18. All right, kind of right in the middle. All right, let's just do that. It fits in there nicely, and we'll cancel it by right-clicking. It fits in there nicely. We'll try that. Fifth dimensional key binding stuff, yeah. In Shadow of the Forbidden Gods, I think it's like left and right click are like backwards, if I remember right, from what 99% of games always use. I'm on to you, Matthew. Cannibal Trader, the list. I think we have a volunteer for first in the stockade. Okay, that seems to be going pretty well. We're actually going up in clothing. Now, I assume this is in range to pick that up, but this one will not be. All right, what are you storing that is causing me problems? Nothing. We have plenty of crates here. Okay, so we need to import some clothes over here. Furniture's in range. This is going to be out of range of livestock, probably. We're importing some meat. We're importing some bread. Let's do eggs. Okay, that's all fine. Full source warehouse 4. Okay, we need to do some warehouse fixing. So you, warehouse number 5, no. You are, you're gonna be the fiber chain warehouse. And then probably number 1. It doesn't fit! Oh, you kidding me. Okay, that ruined it. That ruined it. It doesn't look good. All right, you're gonna be the fiber warehouse. We're just gonna have to drop the word chain. And then that's gonna be number 1. That's a $sign battle. Dollar, number 1. Okay. You are gonna be granary number 1. I guess that's okay. I can't name towns, can I, in this one? Like I can in workers and resources? Question mark? Maybe we just need to name them. Maybe we'll name them by their storage warehouse. Oi! Where are you from, farmer? Oh, I'm from FCW1. Owen says, I wanna live out my Bronze Age fantasy. All right, we'll pick the guy in the bathroom. Okay, the next guy that walks in the bathroom, I'm gonna name Owen. Only the map itself. I think we're gonna name our villages based on their storage warehouse. In the current plan, everyone's gonna get one, or we could name it via the market. That's actually probably more historical. Owen gets to be the bathroom bro. I'm looking to catch somebody. That's a Laura. Rename it the market. That kind of makes sense to me too. Imagine all these people actually. Why is this the women's room? What is going on here? Where my boys at? Represent. Go let one rep. Is this like me and... Okay, there we are. Here we are. Human citizen info name. I'm not sure I can rename people. Leisure time info properties. I'm not sure I can rename people. Never mind. Literally the first button I clicked on. Owen Duffney. All right, Owen Duffney, you're discharging. Hope you enjoy your fantasy. Okay, so we need to come up with a name for this first area. Semi-serious, at least. We will do it via the market stall, I think. So let's start brainstorming. So we have 2 areas to name. Throne something or other. Hidden Valley. Why is it the farts louder when I zoom out? Where are you from? Why are the farts louder when I zoom out? King's Hollow, okay. Newground, the best Flash games from the 2000s. Probably the church. Oh, another one. Fair. The Tunnel of Wind. Hidden Valley has no ranch. No, we have 1 ranch, I'll have you know. I got you covered. All right, people like Newground. I'll tell you what. I'll name this area Newground, but the other one needs something better. All right, so this is going to be the... Is this technically called the market? Yeah. All the buttons. Okay, I'm gonna rename the market because I want to use the word market in the name. So this is going to be the Newground Market. So now when we talk, we can say Newground if we want to refer over here. Something cove? I don't hate it, but this isn't a cove. This is a river, not a bay. There are no pirates here. I don't even know, like, what would be a good name for this terrain feature? I want to call it a box canyon, but this isn't what a box canyon is. The River of Dagon. You don't ranch pigs, though? I do, too. I do, too. So, I don't know what to tell you. It's just wrong all over the place. Garden, so market garden. Quite famous for other things. We're not farming over here, though, so the garden literally wouldn't make a lot of sense. The growling sound reminds me of the caves of Cud. Tree City, okay. Grove. Grove is a good word. The deep one cold will rise. Tree Fitty. I'm probably not gonna go with too humorous of names. I do like the little bit more seriousness. Deep Grove. Okay. Okay. Hidden Grove? The pump of River Gorge. Wood Colt. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, how about the Wicker Market? That's kind of woody, kind of creepy. Wicker Market. Kings Grove. Oh, I don't dislike that either. I kind of like that. Kings, and we're gonna make it one word. Kings Grove. Kings Grove Market. And it took my space away. Don't do that. Leave my space. Apparently, not gonna do what I want. Okay. Is the throne place? Yeah. At least for now. We'll probably move it at some point. Okay, so Kings Grove and Newground. Okay, we're coming into spring, and we have used way more grain. Okay, I think we're gonna do some more grain. Where is my soil good? That is the problem. So really the soil becomes better over here, not in here. So I need to get this water over there. And I think we're gonna put in some max-ish size fields. We have enough granary space. We have obviously enough baking. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the plan. Are you technically a king? No, we are a... Technically, we are a pontifex. Or a despot, the game says. Well, maybe I'm just a little king. A tiny king. Would you have good soil next to the river? Not particularly, no. I mean, there's this little section, but we'll do like herbs or something up here. We need like industrial sized farms. So we need this area. A petty king? I'll have you know I'm not very petty. Couldn't a despot be a king? Yep, those are kind of synonyms. Okay, I think, yeah, I'm feeling the grain here. So I think right here is where I would like the water. Now, we're going to have problems with this, I can already tell you. I think we're nearing the max of our pump. So just get me that. How are we doing pump-wise? Yeah. So we may need another pump pretty soon. I don't want to fill in the river. Yeah, that would probably work. I do know. South of the pump. What about south of, oh, you're talking down here. I mean, there's a smidgen, but this is not going to be the thousands of grain that we need. I'm looking to grow about 3,000 more grain. It's degraded. Degrade 0. Degrade 59.1. Yeah. What is your problem? So why are you not being serviced by this? It is... Now, there was a bug recently that was in the patch notes. Did that actually not get fixed? We have stone here. There was a fix to this, but I can't remember what it was. They're not using stone for some reason. Remember 1 month add a second janitor. I mean, we could do that. I don't think that's the problem. Look, everybody's not getting stone that they're supposed to be using. I read something about this. Well, there's 3 janitors currently, so I don't think it's a personnel problem. I mean, we could go to 4. This was a bug, but I can't remember what the fix was. Let's refurbish the room and okay it. Let's see if that works. It reset the employees. Is there a way I can find the... Okay, time out. Let's see what this one does. Bringing resources to stockpile. Okay. Okay, I think she picked up stone. Let's see what she does. I lost her. Shoot. Okay, yep, time, yep. You. Okay, let's see what he does. Picks up stone. Okay, I think I fixed it by refurbishing. And he's bringing stone. Okay, I think we're okay now. Okay. This is why you read patch notes. This is why you read patch notes. We just had a hot fix about this. And I was reading, somebody said something about refurbishing the room. Like they forgot that they can put something in here. And look at that, they're using up the stone like crazy. And look, they've already repaired this. Good eye, though. I did not notice that. Really good eye. Refurbish the... Yep, good plan. Good plan. Are you doing the same thing? You look like you're okay, but I don't think it would hurt. So we have a stack of stone in here and, like, nothing else. So we'll hit refurbish. Yes. And that didn't even kick the stone out. Confused. Okay, yeah, that's fine. They grabbed some stone. Okay. I'm very happy that we were able to fix that. What's your problem? You don't have enough wood. You're out of wood. That feeling when you don't have wood. All right, fell trees. Since I talked about possibly having to put in a second pump, why don't we clean out the area that we might have to use? That's in planning mode. See, you can teach an old babble new tricks. I remember a thing or two. That did not activate it. Let's do this. There we go. We only have 12 odd jobbers, though. Let's increase that again. Another 20, I think. There we go. Babble the problem solver. Builders strong together. I would not have caught that if Shinosuke didn't say something about that degradation. Yeah, let's keep a pretty close eye on that for a hot minute. Because he has not actually fixed the whole problem. It does look like they're working on it, though. Yeah, we're using up the stone as fast as we're delivering it. I don't want to click people, I want this. Yeah, so stone is getting used. That's fine, I mean, that's what it's for. Up to 11 soldiers. Is the number here the number of people that are actually trained, I take it? Is that going to be enough? Well, we're training to 20. Is it going to be enough? I have no idea. Literally zero. But we're gonna try. You know what they would also really like? What if we also got them a little bit of armor? Let's go down one click in fiber, and let's add a click of armor. Okay, I need to get ahead. Maybe we just do it. You know what? Screw it. Everyone go naked. We're gonna use up our leather and we're gonna make some armor. We only need, like, let's say 25 pieces to at least put everyone in some leather armor. You can gauge the name by looking at the local raiders skull in the middle. Yeah, we looked at this last time. So, soldiers 5. This, she-wolf that robbed us, 5 soldiers. The barbarians. It doesn't tell me a ton. 5, 10, 10, 15, 22, 38. So, a couple of them are a little too big for me. But we're working on it. We're working on it. Right on, proper army for a proper king. We need 80? There's no way I can support 80 soldiers right now. New to the series, gotta catch up. Do pops spawn in automatically? No. I'm inviting immigrants currently. There is a building we can build under... Oh, no. There is a building. We could build a nursery. Procreation. Human nursery. So, if we did this, we would be able to obviously get new pops. It's pretty slow, though. As humans, we grow up very slow. I wouldn't actually mind throwing one of these in, but... And that does actually matter. There is a stat for native population right here. So we would actually be happier if we had native population. We're at 0 because we're all immigrants. Your initial population counts as native, like your initial starters, and then everyone else is an immigrant that we invite. I don't know about that. Somebody else would have to answer that, Henry. Is it possible that we could just attack the raiders, or do we have to wait for them to come to us? This is in planning mode. This whole planning mode thing. I gotta get used to that, though. Okay, we still are out of wood. That is a little concerning. We're working on it, though. Okay. And janitor closet did auto-employ all the way up to 5 out of 5. I'm gonna say this is working properly now. I think it was properly employing the amount that it needed if you didn't include needing stone. So they're just playing catch-up at the moment. Depends if you can see them on the map or not. So that's me, Army 1. He has an army here. Caravan. I don't know if we can see bandits on the map. I do really appreciate that we can see caravans moving. I always use that mod in RimWorld that puts the little animated caravan rather than just the dot. I feel like that adds a lot. Okay. You would need to prepare an army for this. Yeah, that's true. We also don't really have the infrastructure to leave. We would need to get a supply depot and stuff built, which we don't have. And I think we need rations to be able to march out. Like, we can't just carry rando food. Can we ultimately... I don't think we get a port because we didn't start on the coast. Again, somebody correct me if I'm wrong about that. It looks like they're sailing up the river to me, possibly, though. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Armies march on rations and alcohol. What about opiates? Why would you not allow them to have their opiates? If Victoria 3 taught me anything... Okay, we are chopping. We're finally out of the 0 on the lumber department. Yeah, we just need to give them a hot minute here. All the skinny dippers are out there. But we got so much work to do. Actually, this is probably not... I guess it's good that that's in planning. This is probably not where we want to cut over. We should cut over... Well, I guess it depends. So when we were watering, this one was not quite fully satisfied by having it at one edge. And this is a 24 width. So I think the first field's only going to be like 20. Or maybe even a little less than that. What did we make you? Because you also were having the same problem. So you were 20 and the water didn't quite get all the way across. Then again, though, we also just need size. All right, nope. I do want planning mode. And then give me farm, grain farm. All right, and I want it to be probably right at this level. And we would build it... If I need water, we want to go down one. So like right here. If we did 20 by whatever... 20 by 64. Okay, that's maxed out. So 20... Okay, 20 by 55, 1,100. That seems to be maxed out. I get reds when I go bigger than that. 20 by 55. There you go. 13.368. Okay, so then we want to come in here and we want to back off ever so slightly. You have to be a little more aggressive than that. We want this to be 13 or less so that we're not employing extras. Am I just going to end up taking this entire edge off? I think I will. Yep, and then we'll eat a little bit more out of it. Okay, close. A little bit more out of it. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, so 12 farmers would be this field. This is almost a max size field. I think it's going to be okay. All right, so we're going to say yes. That should be in planning mode. Then, can I do a room copier? Okay, and then we're going to have water flow between them. Okay, that's actually not going to work. So instead, let's smart remove that one. I'll show you why that's not going to work. Room copy this. We need to be over to the left one so that I can get the water by the road. There you go. Okay, so that's probably enough work for the time being. We'll also need not planning road 3. Yep. Okay, now okay, I think bringing the water this way was okay. Grab this. There you go. And hey, now I can actually see how far the water will go. Yeah, we're gonna want both sides of this. There you go. There you go. I mean, this is a lot of work. We're also gonna need some more stone. And another pump. All right, you... I want activate job, you. A pleasant soundtrack rocked by flatulation. A game like no other I know. Careful taking any boat rides soon. Not an entire forest to fell those fields. Yeah, that'll definitely be nice. That our initial starting spot, while very cool, was so bloody slow because we had to chop so many trees. What roads are we using? Dirt is the main road because we're poor, and we have put in a tiny amount of paved road because the humans like it slightly better. They want a paved road, but the paved road is the cut stone. We are nowhere near supporting that yet. So we've just put in this one little strip at the moment, which is a high traffic area. I'm also seeing a spot where we need torches. I can never see where these need. Okay, I need to come in from the other way. I just can't see that. So there. I think there. It's fine if we're a little bit off. And then over here, yep. And then at the corner, yep. Okay, apparently we were just missing all kinds of torch work. Actually, no. Go on that one. Never mind. They already started building it. Fine. Fine. You can have a double torch here. All right, we'll come back to that later. Also, I see another spot we need to... Nope, not planning. Activate that. And we're probably going to need to put in another pump. Okay, we do have a stockade. There is a jailer. We have capacity for 5 people. All right. Does that make people feel safer? Because they were complaining about that, so... You. What do you know? Had to think hard to come up with some things that you could do better. We would like to be allowed to wear more clothes. We humans like to eat, my master. Perhaps allow us an extra ration in the food stalls. Lord, if you do not enforce the laws, you will lose respect. And he wants some more upgraded torches. Can I upgrade you? What would you cost to upgrade? Isn't there an upgrade button I need to do? Repair, suspend. Not sure where that is. Don't get us started on the roads. Able to adjust what the pops can take to their houses and improve their moods. Yeah, we could look at it. We've already done that a little bit. So right now they're allowed as much wood as they want, a little bit of furniture. Notice we're out of furniture. We could, yeah, you can have a thing of cloth. And I think actually this is the other. No, this is not actually doing this. So they can have a little bit of everything. We just don't have the economy for everything else. I think it's time that we stop making spears and we go back to making furniture, because we are hurting. I really need another furniture factory. I don't know how, Shinosuke, how the heck were you running 1,000 population off of like this size of furniture factory? Because for the life of me, I cannot keep furniture in, like at all. Good evening, Pendragon, how are you? Complain about not having a jail, straight to jail. Spears in, no, spears into writing desks. Spears to chairs. Okay, wood is also still not really solved. And we did pretty much finish chopping. Okay, we just haven't hauled it. Okay, that's fine. How are we doing on that problem? That is still not resolved. It's getting better. Okay, it's getting better. We just fell way behind. I'm really glad you caught that because I did not notice that. I just assumed it was ticking over. You just build slower if you have less furniture? But what about the furniture for the houses? Because that I assume that this decomposes, right? Like these tin chairs they have, I assume that it's not tin forever for the rest of the game. I assume they have to replenish that, right? 15% furniture buildings. So if that was 1,000, that'd be 150. So you have 75 people working in your furniture industry. That feels like what I actually need. I'm only employing, I think, 36. Yeah, 36. It decomposes. That makes sense. That's what I figured. I don't give furniture to my people, and they call me a despot. I don't even know what to say to that. You're probably one of those people that like forces people to have standing desks. Your computer's crashing. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I hope it's not your RAM. I really hope it's not your RAM. Never run code from random people on the internet unless you know what you're doing. But have you ran a SFC scan now, if you know what I'm talking about? I run that periodically on my Windows 11, this machine, and it's not uncommon that it finds things that need to be corrected in the window install. Now, you may want to Google what I'm talking about if you don't know what that is. This is not computer repair advice. Windows 11 has been an absolute train wreck. Absolute train wreck. Gabe, hurry up with SteamOS. Make it really good. There's a pretty distinct chance that in some pretend world where I get some free time, I may actually do a Linux install on my old machine. Since I can't use it for anything else, because they made it so that it's not compatible with Windows 11. Still on Windows 11? Same thing, my suggestion still stands. That still works in 11. They can make it themselves. Cottage industry. Okay, we're up to 13 trained people, so that's something. We have some spare houses. I need to wait for this to come in, I think. We are basically out of grain. I am also, actually, now that I look at this, we are importing grain too. Alright, let's turn off the grain import. No more grain import, please. No more grain import, please. I need to see what we're doing without that. I didn't notice that, but yeah, because earlier I said something about like 4K coins, and we have 0. Well, we have 26 coins. Okay, fabric is holding strong. We have made 6 pieces of armor. Our cloth is okay. All right. I think what I'm seeing is I want some more tailors. You know what? Do it. 18 tailors. Let's go a little crazy. I want to get this armor done so we can go back to making clothes. I feel like I'm always out of furniture. I mean, we could build more. That is something that we could do. Did you make a mega pasture? I mean, this is essentially full size. Yes. Is there a time crunch? Not a hard one, I would say. A Pendragon. The big one for us right now is just making sure we don't starve. And we've just entered the phase of the game where raiders are bothering us. So I kind of am feeling the crunch of getting my military high enough that at least we can't get attacked by raiders. Nice, you got some trade up. Yeah, one of my goals for today is I want to expand our trade network a little bit, but I needed to build some goods because basically we got robbed blind at the end of last stream. They just took like all of our stuff. So we need to build up some goods so I can make the trade agreement with some other places. And that should help our pricing too. Like, do we have anything we could sell? We really don't. Like, I guess we could sell some spears. We could sell those swords. They are decaying away. You know what? Let's do that. Let's sell those. I'm not going to use those yet. And it's better that I get some money for them than we get nothing for them. We'll see if we can sell that. Okay, grain farm's going in. Water is flowing all the way to here, which is actually kind of shocking to me, if I'm being honest. Okay, pump. You. Add 3 more pumps. Okay, we're low on people again. I think I am willing to pull some more pop. All right, let's do another 20. Well, we have definitely hit a point in the game where I can expand faster, that's for sure. Yeah, we still have housing. Yep, that's looking fine. Okay, our grain harvest is coming in, it looks like. Yep. Okay, so now that we've turned trading off, we'll get a better idea where we stand. I want enough grain that our bakers never stop. That's my current goal for that. Just make sure you don't go over 400. Yeah. We're gonna try to hard pause, but it is difficult. Oh, he's the jailer. Wait, so the jailer just like hangs out in the cell once in a while? It's a little weird. I could eat some more meat. Lady, you can eat all the meat you want. What are you talking about? We got 39 meat. 39 meat. No eggs. Are we ever getting eggs? 7. Yeah, I think we're just instantly eating the eggs. Yeah. 32 animals. Workload is 64%, so we still don't need to up our number of people yet. Yep, get it done, boys. It feels very Amish. Like all coming together to work on a project. We could, builders, we should get together and raise a barn. We should get together and raise a barn. Yep. Keep doing it. Okay. Water flowing more again. Notice how far we got though. We are definitely gonna max this pump out, and this will not quite be enough, I think. Remind you to take a break at some point. Oh my gosh. How has it been an hour and 40 already? Man. You know I'm having too much fun when I'm doing that. Eating the eggs at those prices? Oh, you can't even get them, man. It's just empty shelves. Literally just empty shelves. What are you all doing? Listening to the news. How do we feel about our news coverage? We feel pretty good about that. All right, let's pick another rando. Okay, time out. What do you think? Grudgingly admits you do a good job, but still found things to nitpick. Well, all right, Kiara. If we had more torches, it would be visible from far away, guiding travelers and caravans alike to our hearth. Violence is unquestionably a necessity in this life. Prepare for it by getting more soldiers. I, Kiara Dice, dream of the glory of the field of battle. Let us conquer. Let us smash. A minion is on our side. Inflation is a terrible thing. We should invest our city's wealth into gems. Okay. Humans just like us storing gems. More soldiers. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. So, okay, how does this work? I figured odd jobbers were going for training, but is it just any random person that's getting trained? Do the pumps lose efficiency? No, I don't believe they do. I'm not an expert on this for sure, but the way it works is, this is gonna be hard for you to see, but towards the middle of this line, it says pressure connected system. Hold on. Yeah. So we are currently pressurizing 532 squares of water out of 605 that are connected. So That's just it. I think it's literally just a numbers game. Okay, and that does max us out, and that is not going to give us enough water. I do plan on having more fields, so... Room copy. That looks good. Doink. A very simplified system here, but that's okay. Everything doesn't always have to be super complicated. Yeah, and I don't have any buildings that are consuming water yet, but we will. These little wells don't, but I do know that like pools and ponds do actually use up pumped water. I'm actually shocked that our bathrooms don't need water. Like a Roman bathroom would have flowing water through this. How else would you rinse off your moss on a stick? We're not barbarians around here. Okay, 1,600 grain came in. What we want to know is that enough to get us through a year of baking? So by next harvest, do we still have grain left? Knowing that we did steal a little bit of grain to plant this. Or we will be stealing a little bit. Okay, I guess I'm fine with you guys walking over there, but if you're gonna do it, we may as well give you a road. I should not, you know what? No. I should not queue that up until we're done with the actual... Nope, 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 nope. Focus on this. Get this done first. We could be planting and at least get a little bit of harvest this year if I hurry up. I think the basins are barrels of water. We could get pools. Do humans even care about pools? I think, doesn't pools also just do skinny dipping? We're already skinny dipping okay. At least for the time being. A bathhouse would be something we would want. Yeah, we're doing all right. Stage, it looks like we could use a better stage. Somebody mentioned earlier we could upgrade it if we had some fine stone. And that is a true statement. Maybe we should unlock masonry at some point relatively soon. Computer crashed again. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't remember on Windows 10. Does Windows 10 have the reliability screen? The reliability screen in 11 tells you reasons for crashing, or at least it tries to. Can you tell I work vaguely associated with tech? Okay, we are full here, right? Yeah, we are full pumping. What is your problem? We don't have enough furniture. Story of my life. Okay, I don't think I can put that off any longer. I don't think I can put that off any longer. All right, give me 20 more people, and we're gonna put in another furniture factory. Or we could go for efficiency. No, I don't think we're gonna spend the points there. All right, we gotta be really careful. We are approaching that 400. Yeah, I don't think we're touching the tech yet, as tempting as that sounds. I really hope it's not the RAM, man. RAM prices are so stupid right now. I'm kind of regretting, when I built this system, I put 32 gigs of RAM in it. I was really hemming and hawing about adding, going up to 64, because I record and I edit on it and whatnot. 32's been fine, but I was like, well, I could just future-proof it. And somebody talked me out of it. They're like, RAM's so cheap. Just if you need it later, buy it. I was like, yeah, you're right. I don't need to spend the extra whatever it was at the time. I was buying a whole new machine to build, so it was pricey. Now I wish I had done it, though. Oh, you're saying I should grab the tech. There was a mining spot in the lower left of the map. You're talking about this? Yeah, we're probably going to have another little village over here. That's going to be our mining village. I don't exactly know where it's going to go. Probably like right here, depending on where the good soil stops. We have everything here. We might also like to get this stone. It's just like a bottomless stone mine over here. And we're out of stone. I can't believe you guys wouldn't warn me about that. Okay, well, we can do a cleanup on aisle 5 and solve that issue. I have 42 odd jobbers at the moment. I see what you're saying. For now, we're just going to make do with this, but that's also on the menu. All right, we get this done? We did. Okay, so everything is good except for the water, and that's because we don't have that fully built. Okay, I am going to come in here, and I'm going to suspend this section for now, just to make sure we build that with the first stone. And then I assume, yeah, you're not getting done because we don't have all the stone. Nor do we have the furniture. Okay. Yeah, I definitely, apparently the way I like to build, we should go really hard on furniture early. We spent a lot of this game waiting on furniture. We're also eating through our wood at an unacceptable rate. Let's go ahead and fell some more trees. Yeah, we'll go ahead and fell some more trees. I was just debating whether I want to do another woodcutter, but I don't think I do. All right, let's cut that and that. Furniture is the first throughput. Yeah, that's why I was really leery about buying the stone to upgrade the stage. I like the idea, but I think I'm like committing to doing imports for a very long time if I do that. All right, our stone is looking healthier. There's plenty on the ground. Good to go on that. Okay, we are still fine on clay, I think. We're gonna go to full pottery. We are making excess. Okay, maybe, okay, here we go. How about some pottery exports? Is the pottery making it to the people? Yes. Are we getting pottery over here? The answer is probably no. Oh, and I also should probably fix our warehouse. Okay. This is for things that the town needs. I don't need to do bread here because we have the bakery. That's handled. We want eggs. And this is going to be the main egg depot. So I'm going to just put a few extra clicks of eggs here. Meat. I think this is going to be the main meat storage for now too. And I can move the meat out of the other warehouse. Okay, I think I'm also going to let you have some veggies. This is already growing out of control. One thing of stone, one thing of wood. Don't need any of that. Okay, this town doesn't need cloth. We do need a click of furniture. We do need pottery. We do need clothes, but I'm not going to put it here. Okay, that should be everything. That leaves me plenty of room. For the janitor, we need wood and we need stone. Both of those are fine. I think that's everything for now. I hope I'm not forgetting something. Yeah, not gonna do clothes here. Okay, so back out of that. Then, full source. It's gonna be you. And then full source pottery. It's gonna be you. Okay, I'm seeing how this is working. Okay, meat should be fine. Veggies. is fine. It's in range. Stone. Stone is currently stored here. Okay. And then I want to switch this up a little bit. So here, we are no longer going to store our eggs here. We are no longer going to store our meat here. We are not going to store wood or furniture. Yes. We are only storing bread and grain. That is it. That is now just granary. All right, and you... I'll let you just auto-employ. Okay, now that should supply everything that they need up here. We'll give this a little while and then we'll come check in again. We have 9 eggs. And I did actually see a couple eggs. We have 17 eggs. Okay, now for eggs over here, we need to... Okay, we do have eggs. I need to change the source though. All right, let's... That's not the one I wanted. How do I get rid of you? I was not getting rid of you. Oh, okay. You. Full source granary 1. That's fine. Full source 2. This one. Then we need clothes and cloth. That's going to come from here. Okay. Okay. Hopefully that's set up correctly now. Just a tip, don't do auto warehouse, always grabs too many pops. 1 max unless something like grain. That's harvested a lot once. For now, I'm gonna let it auto it, and if we need to come micro, we'll just know that we do need to do that. Yeah, look at this, it pulled 11 people here. I did just do a major shift though, so that's okay. I'm gonna let that just go through. Yeah, that is noticeable though. That's gonna be really swinging on our population. Okay, we're chopping wood. We're waiting for furniture. Yeah, I do need to get some more wood cutter down too, I believe. "13 farmers. Is that the same as here? 15 farmers. Why was I able to get more here than I was over here? That should be an extra couple rows. That's okay. This is the proper size for the way I'm irrigating, I think. Oh. All right. We talked about it a minute ago. I am going to take my tea break and go grab my tea quick. I kind of want to leave it on slow-mo, but I have a feeling we're going to get raided or something if I do, so my apologies. I'm not gonna leave that there. I am gonna leave it in pause. Here, we can look at our... We'll look at our service screen if we can. And I need to go to YouTube. We're gonna take a 5-minute break. All right, if you haven't gotten up and got yourself a drink or a stretch, make sure you get one too. If you're not blocking ads and you get one, I appreciate the couple pennies. All right, I will be right back, gentlemen. Assuming this works. All right, we're brewing. Zoom. Hope you guys got up, got yourself a drink and a stretch. Eyeballing this, we also maybe need a stage in that other town. I was thinking about that. It is 9 employees though, so I don't know about that. That's a pretty big question. Our benches are also a little bit low, but we need furniture for that, and I don't think we actually have spare furniture at the moment. I think we just haven't transported it yet. This song really reminds me of a song from Stardew Valley. I think that's just me. Okay, how many more furniture do you need? A lot. Wrong overlay. Thank you very much. There we go. Man, I don't know what's up with my overlays tonight. Fail. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, my next piece of equipment for the channel is gonna be a stream deck. I used to look at that thing and be like, why the heck would anyone use that? That is such a gimmicky thing. Now I'm like, when is that gonna go on steep sale? Babel needs that. No more. I fixed the fat fingering problem. I added a modifier to my buttons, so I have to hit control on the button to change scenes. But it's less convenient, if nothing else. Okay, we did get this built. This is not going to be a good representation of how much this is actually going to grow. We are definitely not making it through the year, so I think we're going to go ahead and activate this one too. So we are going to activate this one. We are not making it through with the water. All right, how are we doing on the janitor stuff? Is that getting better? Oh, yeah. Okay, almost solved. So we had like hundreds of stone needed for maintenance. Good to know. Good to know. While I'm thinking about it, let's also clear a little bit more rock. We're just not quite full on storage. And nor are we on wood, but we are chopping the wood. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now, I do kind of want to do some exports of pottery for the time being. And rather than forcing it over there where we would have to transport it, why don't we just export it from right here? Right? I don't see a reason why we couldn't. So if we go here and we go to Export Depot. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Turn that frown upside down with my weird crooky road. Bam. We'll just export from right here. And we'll just export our excess pottery. And then when we start making booze, we'll just turn that off and we'll make the booze and sell the booze if we have excess. Because we are not making any money. That just isn't happening. Opiates alone is just not cutting it. In fact, we're not even selling these opiates. We're trying to sell swords and we're not selling the swords. I don't think you're in range. That's what happened. All right, you grab those swords. Because those are decaying away slowly. There's no reason not to just sell them. I'll have you know these are medicinal opiates. Pendragon. It's for medicinal use. Okay, coming in nicely. We are going to use another big chunk of stone when we do that irrigation. But we have stone laying on the ground now, so that should be fine. We're still at 16 trained warriors. I don't know what these last ones are taking so long for. We are chopping the crap out of that. Yeah, I gotta be really careful. We're kind of maxing out on population that I want at the moment. While we're waiting on this, okay, what else do we need to build? Auric farm would be nice because that would give me a leather source. In fact, now that I said leather source, we're out of leather, which means our weaver or our guys aren't doing anything. You bums. Nice try, jerks. Get to work. That's double locked door. All right, we did manage to craft ourselves a whole 6 leather armor. All right, well, that was a big failure. Okay, so Oryx could be nice for some leather. We could use more wood cutting. Mines, we're not really ready for that. I mean, we could put in a brewer, but I don't think I have the other things. Oh, actually, we kind of do. So, coal plus grain. Okay, what kind of booze do we actually like as humans? We like either or both. Okay. So we could do the grain booze right now if we increase our grain production some more. Well, that's a maybe. Smelting, okay. Ration maker, we did talk about that. That is something we would consider doing. We need to buy some herbs from somebody though, because I need to grow herbs if we're gonna do that. Tailor, potter. Yeah, so we're doing everything else there. We have every single religion. I feel like I should probably take out, is it Crater and Shimalor, and start trying to force people to convert. I'll think about that one. Okay, we have a food stall, we have a market. We have all the health stuff. We have all the entertainment. We have a graveyard. We have houses. Okay, we also need leather for the library. Okay, meat. Let's look closer at this. Leather came up just twice while we were talking. So you are not making enough meat to be able to do this alone. I think we need an Auric farm. And I think it's going to go right here because we've already got water nearby, so I can give them a drink. Are you full up? Because that's the other thing. No, we are still not full up on livestock. Tell your troops to use the gear. Okay, let's go look at this. So I'm gonna say they are. Leather armor shows green. The amount of soldiers that are ready to be deployed, 11. So 20 people. Cannot be combined with current equipment. Right, we are using 20 spears. Okay, here we go. Well, we're gonna tell them to have leather armor, even though we don't have 20 pieces of it. There we go. I warned you guys, trying to say yes, no, left, right while we're on stream is a fool's errand. Tell them to train in melee. Is that not what they're doing? What am I missing on this screen? So the race is humans. Top left. Banner. Okay, that's just a banner. Kinda cool. Okay, not that. This one. Melee training. Gotcha. Alright, so I assume that 100% would be like elite troops. We are probably not going to get to be elite troops. Let's just start with one click. Let's just start there. Also, I think I'm going to up my number of trainees. This has not been as much progress as I would have liked to have seen. So let's take recruit limit up to 10. We'll double our throughput here. Start with 50%. All right, that's a stab in the dark for me because I do not know the system yet, so I'm gonna trust you. %, accept. We'll see if we can get there. All right, you guys are waiting on furniture. You are waiting on furniture. All right, that's gonna be a theme, isn't it? I've never played the game. Wow. Betrayed by Pendragon. I can't believe you would do me like that. All right, I'm going to take that back down then. Back to closer to my initial gut feeling of I don't want to do that too much. We don't have the resources to have people training all the time. Yeah, now I don't trust you guys. Poison the well here. 20 is fine. We gotta start somewhere, right? We can always turn it up later. Hey, Bob Jerkmeister! More respect than Bob Jerkmeister ever showed in his entire life. See, we put him up. I said this was going to be for the town outcast, and my, look who we buried there. Jerkmeister. Knew it. I knew it. Okay, that's ticking over just fine. Okay, back to the meat question. Auric field is the answer. We're gonna wait for this to finish. We'll see what this is at. Maybe we import a little livestock just to get it going. If I could flip this to leather for the time being. I need leather for the library and I need leather to make some armor. And I would like our guys to at least have a weapon and armor. We have 19 people free. Okay, let's continue the audit. Aurics are really high on that list. Okay, we looked at all that. We have a stockade. We have a training ground. Okay, gatehouse needs metal. Okay, we'll come back to that. We're not to metal yet. Human nursery. When we break past 400, I think I'm going to drop a nursery too. Logistics, water. Move our throne. Janitor. Let's double check. How we doing? Looking fine over here, frankly. And over here. Looks like we've caught up. Okay. Janitor's fine. Workstation. No. Fortification. Okay, so this is like town wall. I don't have any experience with that yet. Grand wall, stone wall, palisade, stairs. Stairs are used for getting across the top of fortification. Should be placed adjacent to one. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. Leather's the thing that came up a couple times. Getting into some brewing seems nice. I think leather's the next thing, because leather opens up more of our technology if we could actually staff the library that we built. I can't believe Babble's bullying the master of pouring soda. Bob Jerkmeister? Yeah, we might do a direct trade for some livestock. 400 is the threshold. That's why I'm waiting until 400. I kind of want to like hold until I'm ready, and I feel like having some soldiers ready is part of that. Never used walls once? What kind of city-state are you without some respectable walls? Where do you hang your skulls? Seems pretty inefficient. Okay, can we please finish this? Yes, okay. So we are going to export pottery and okay, set the radius. Okay, I only, yeah, that's only over here. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, here. When export depot has priority fetch enabled, it will fetch from the storage site that does not have priority fetch enabled, but only if the total goods exceeds the limit. I wish that gave me a numerical limit. At least 360 stored. 270. Okay, that sounds like a fair number. So do I need to tell you to do this, or are you going to do it on your own? I don't think you're doing it on your own. I want to see this. I want to see somebody bring pottery over here. I'm not sure I've set this up correctly. The walls are the tips of our spears. Okay, he did just bring some pottery over here. Nice. All right, so pottery. Has a buy price. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna invest. I'm just debating. Do I want the livestock first? And the answer is probably yes. Okay, so we need to get the tech. We need moo-moos. So we are gonna get auric domestication. Yes. Okay. We're gonna put them here, assuming that we have enough moisture, which I'm pretty sure we do because we have water. And if we need more, we'll just add more water to the outside very inefficiently. Okay, so... Oh, whoa, whoa. Planning mode. Look at that. Babel learning. Auric pasture. Oh, yeah, this is looking fine. This is looking fine. All right, give me a big one. That is too big. Okay. If I had to pick a side, I would want to come off of this one. So from here... Okay, it likes that. So this would be full-sized. I'm seeing red. That is not making any sense to me. Why is that turning red? I think it just can't be that wide, but it can go down further. Okay. That's as far as we can go. Okay, we're gonna go further. This is literally max sized. 20.5 workers. We are gonna shave until we get down to 20. 4, 1.3, 20.1, 20. Okay. 100% moisture. We need a gate. Put our gate right over here. And then we need a hut. Just a little cow hut. All right, we're gonna need 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, game. 5 and a tiny one. There you go. Done. Cool. We're waiting for this to finish, though, before I turn that on. We're at cleared. We are constructing. We are at 1%. We also probably should go ahead and activate this water. Okay, we're not reaching, but we know we're not going to reach until the second pump comes in. Also, I've just made like 15K in pottery. So all of you who didn't believe in the pottery project, you could see yourselves out right now. I'll see you next stream. The naysayers. The naysayers. In fact, I might even build a second pottery barn. We'll serve wine, and we'll make people pay to come in and play with pottery. That's not bad money. Yeah, I'm very tempted by a second one of those, but we'll leave it alone for now. Okay, 41 out of 59, you're getting there. We are not getting enough workers. Yeah, this is gonna solidly take us over the 400 when we do build that. In fact, the farm here might. Did that warehouse keep those too many people? It totally did. We do not need 10 deliverymen, game. You may have 1 at the current time. Let's do a little bit of checking. Okay, this one I'm gonna go to 5. Well, no, we were actually doing harvest, right? No, we're not. But we will be. All right, I'm gonna let that one go for now, but I've got my eye on you. And ditto down here. You can just have 1. All right, that freed up a little bit of odd job. And they're all gonna come down here and work on this. Hey, Urus, how's it going? Yeah, I guess there's a max width. I keep thinking it's a max area, but that's not the case. It's a max width and height. We're getting there. We're making 10.4 eggs. Are we actually stockpiling? Hey, and we're actually stockpiling eggs. So we have eggs, we have meat, and we have bread. 3 out of 4 things that humans like to eat. Mushrooms, I think we're going to try to find somebody to import mushrooms from. We're not good at it. I'm not really set up to do mushrooms. Although, I say that, we do have water right here that sure isn't growing mushrooms. So maybe we do a mushroom farm. How much more good soil do we have over here? We used the best of it just now. It's still actually okay. So all of this and all of that. This is going to be a big grain area, I think. It would only help to have more farmland. Yep. Well, it's just a matter of workers, right? And possibly resources. Do we have any grain left? No, we did not make it through the year with grain. In fact, we didn't even make it out of spring with grain. Grain to bread is really inefficient, but we like it. If that's actually the case, then that's really badly designed, because there's a reason that half the world was making bread. And the other half of the world was making rice. So there you go. Okay, workload did not fully get fixed here. That makes me a little nervous. Oh no, 72 is fine. Yeah. Okay, never mind. We are okay. 57. Dang it, I was hoping we'd have this done earlier. Fish is pretty efficient. Fish is efficient when you're playing people who are good fishermen. And you have sea tiles. We make booze out of it too, Shinosuke. So either way we would need it. How are we doing on actually getting the stuff I want here? We have no lumber and we have no furniture. All right, you can have a second delivery man. Let's see if that helps. The native veggie patch. Yeah. Credibility dropping rapidly. Okay, we are training. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I mean, do note we are pulling 10 people out to go do that, so that is the thing. Oh, and here's where a bunch more of them went. All right, you can have 3 pump people, and we'll see how that rebalances itself. Also, I feel like this did not properly limit the amount of pottery we were selling. What's wrong here? Export workers will only priority fetch when at least 15% of our warehouse crates are filled. 270 items, but we fetched them all. Negative 268 items can currently be priority fetched. I don't think I understand how that works. Less, I suppose? Price cap. The minimum price you're willing to sell this resource for. Wouldn't that be price minimum? Or price floor? And I don't want to sell it super cheap. So, you know what? For now, it's got to be at least... You know what? 40. Yeah. You gotta pay me 40. No lower. Okay, I do want to go see, though, one of my goals for tonight, which I guess we can kind of do. I wanted to open up trade with other areas. So you... Okay, so... Am I reading this right, that they have these goods and they want these goods? Or am I reading that backwards? Either way, diplomacy, trade. I will give you, I want to give you money. I will give you monies. How much monies do you want? Lots of monies. All right, what if we barter? You want 10,000 monies, and then we trade. Yeah, yeah. I didn't want him to take any goods. All right, we're doing it. We're trade partners now. And I believe... I think we can do this guy too. Yeah, trade, coins, barter. He does not like coins. No, 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 no. More coins. No, just not all this stuff. None of that stuff. Negative 40k? Okay, well, we're not trading with this guy at the moment. Never mind. We'll trade with that guy and this guy. Can I do you? No. We can only do our neighbors, so we have to have a direct connection. So we were actually kind of lucky that we could even do what we did there. Yeah, and you're all Pink Nation. You are probably going to be a problem at some point. Okay. Well, we at least doubled our trading partners. All right, how are we doing here? 725 out of 677. But did we finish the construction? No. Let's wait until this is done before I go micro that some more. They want 150k? Wow. That's just because they like me more. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, this is done. We have 13 people. I think I'm gonna have to be okay with going over the 400. Let's go ahead and activate this. Activate job. All right, here we go. To 400. Do it. I also probably should have looked at my housing situation. We did not have enough houses. A new level has been bestowed upon your name. Apontix. The Apontix is a big step up from being a mere mirror. Other royal families acknowledge your claim to the throne, or are ready to do trade and pacts with you if you increase their opinion with you. This can be done manually, showering with gifts, or creating your own army of emissaries in the embassy, whose job it is to keep your peers' ego inflated enough. So we could build an embassy if we wanted to. All right, I'm not seeing a huge change on that, if I'm being honest. All right, join. I don't think that copied what I wanted it to copy. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Nope. Just give me this. All right, and we'll do. This might actually have a little bit of fertility. Let's not eat up our farmland. We'll do this over here. And then give me some road. Like that. Yeah, it's going to be a little off because of that. Different building style. Do copy area, then right arrow. Okay. Well, that's all right. Next time we'll fiddle with it. Okay, get to work, boys. We're gonna buy some livestock when this is done. We're probably also still gonna need even more grain. 667. 937. Maybe. Yeah, it was up here, I bet. In fact, here, I don't even need to bet. So, copy error. And then right arrow, you said? Okay, we'll fiddle with it next time. Okay, are we gonna have enough wood? Yes, but we're gonna need more soon. Did anything else open up in here? I don't know how well it is or how good it is at communicating when new things open up. Let's do a quick view here. Like, when do you guys open up? Grand Temple. That costs a lot of things I don't have. What a restaurant. It's gonna be a tech, okay. Health. Okay, health is something I think we probably should tackle. I'm gonna need to go look at that population requirement again. Okay, I don't think we have anything else in here that unlocks, so I need to go unlock things via technology points. We are still having furniture problems. We're apparently still having cloth problems. We now employ over 50 in our grain farms, and as a result, this combined experience is boosting performance. Boosting will continue to increase up to 1,000 employees. Okay, so you're telling me you want me to specialize, or at least economy of scale. I'd say around 1, I assume you mean K-pop bad glory. You should be getting hospitals. Okay, I guess maybe I'm just ahead of the curve. We have a lot of sick people, though. Trapped. People cut off from the throne room. I don't know what to tell you, man. That one's on you. I don't feel like I can be held responsible for that. Elena Funchkin, you could have warned us sooner. Getting Fear of Plague at 1.2k. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he drowned, Shinosuke. Actually, well, no, it went down to 399, and then it went up to 400. I wonder if the game just teleported him. Aggressively skinny diving. Okay, we are ever so short on water, so we need one more pumper. And that should do us, hopefully. Okay, you're getting in, and you're building. All right, what is the problem up here? Weavers. Full weavers. And I have a feeling we're getting another set of weavers, because I haven't done anything to cloth that should make that be a problem. So you are too many, because we have no cloth. So go down to 5. I think we're going to build another one here. Room copy. This doesn't fit there. That's okay. That makes me a little sad. I still think we're going to do some importing and exporting here. Little bit of a walk. That'd be okay. I like the looks of that. We're going to build there. All right, we have plenty of fiber. We just need more people make on it. We just need more people working on it. Yeah, we definitely need to go do some. We'll look at it here in a minute. I want to get this ARC thing sorted away. Maybe some farming efficiency wouldn't be a bad idea. This is going to get me the leather I need. The leather will let me turn on the library we built, which should help with that too. We're also not full employed here, not even close, so we have a lot of room to grow. Yeah, I haven't played with the respec system. I do remember reading the tooltip about that. I've mentioned it before if you weren't here, Shnooshnoo, but this is by far the furthest I've been. I'm very new. So some of it's just some trial and error and some learning that's happening. Also, why is this road stopping there? Yeah, I guess you don't need to go all the way, but go to at least there. Okay, we're still overemployed here a little bit. Let's bring that down. Come on, little turtles. You can do it. We want to eat your children. And we're doing really well. We actually have eggs. Are the eggs making it to this food stall? No. Are the eggs making it to here? Yes. Why are the eggs not making it to here? You actually seem like you're a little overworked. Maybe we need a second vendor here. Because, yeah, you are not stocking enough food, and there's food available. How are you doing? You look okay. How are you doing? We have wood. We have some cloth. some pottery, not a lot of furniture. Oh, well, thank you, Shinosuke. I appreciate it. Too many food choices. That's why I like bugs and lizards. Aren't the bugs like meat and fish? That's like literally it. I actually like doing things like that. Lots of food stuff and whatnot. So interesting to me. All right, are we good on our water pressure now? 700 out of 689. That's as close as we're gonna get at the moment. Also, if we don't have any pots to export, there's no reason to employ someone to export them. There you go. We're gonna come back to that. We have 45 people that are free at the moment. I kind of want that though because this is like a mega project. So let's. All right, we're gonna go turbo speed here for a second because I'm really gonna wait for this to finish. You can really get a huge output once their grub branches get saturated. 150 per ranch, nice. They're really good at that though, right? The bugs and the grub farming. Getting a little bit of wood and stone out of this too, so that'll be nice. Wood is another thing. We probably still need to do another woodcutter. Maybe that's an investment. I don't mind doing some manual chopping, but I also don't want to have to like babysit it. They're the only race that can stand it. Oh, interesting. How are they at fishing? Are they good at both of their foods? All right, coming in nicely. All right, how are you doing on lizards? Getting there. We only need 11 more. Oops. Nope. Don't need anything here. And okay, come on, people. You make me feel foolish. You gonna finish it or what? 99.8? 99.9? 100%? But it's not actually done? Now you're just messing with me. That was just the clearing. Bugs breed fast. They have no concept of retirement or death. They move fast and dig fast. They're easy to please with their special clay decorations. Are those like humidifiers? Don't they also have like piercing damage or something? So you don't actually need a weapon necessarily? Yes, they are gross. Well, that's pretty buggist. Actually, now that I think about it. No, but we did have eggs in here. I was gonna say, maybe that wasn't... Yeah, you don't have any eggs. Alright. You can have 2 people. We'll see if that fixes the problem. $31 people free. Where are you, bums? Okay, they're going for wood. That is going to be a trek. You are carrying the stone I requested. You do have some eggs. Alright, this is fine. I may need to give them another person. You won't fully fill up a ranch with livestock unless you fill up the workers too. Extra livestock with no work. Ah, Urus, thank you. Okay, so even though we're at 72%, I should go ahead and take this up to 100% of our workforce. That seems really high. That's a lot of people I just shoved into that. Maybe we try a few more rather than that many more. When you're playing as lizards, you make a bug grotto around my mines and have the bugs work in there because they live underground and don't mind noise. You only need enough for 100% tending. Okay. We're at 72, so we should be good to grow into 9 more animals, I'd assume. We'll continue to monitor the situation. That is work, right? Yeah, workload 73%. Okay, yeah, we definitely do. Yeah, in fact, we probably could back off that even more. Remind me to check that again later. This will even it out. Yeah, we'll continue to play with it. We get those houses done? Yes, we did. Okay, good. No more homelessness. And we actually have room for 50 people. But food-wise, we have 6 days. Now, we did do a bunch of expanding. And it is autumn. And we are harvesting. Okay, we just need to get the harvest in. Yep. Go and get it, boys. We'll let them surge. Alright, let's go up a couple more. I want to get that crop in. I'm going to start floating around 6 days, so 6 days is normal. Yeah, I want to see this year's not going to be a full indication. Next year will be a full indication of how much food we should expect. Yeah, that was something else I was thinking about. We could turn up the rations a little bit to make people happier. We're not having any problems getting people, though. We have four arrows for immigration. Plus, we're going to get some more food off of this once it's built. I'm also noticing that we are low on wood. Let's queue up some peltry. Honestly, something big like that, probably. Services are still properly dimensioned. I really struggle to believe that. Is that really true? Like, this is starting to show that, like, we don't have the best well coverage. What about hearth? Hearth. Kind of, sort of, ditto. But I do want to run a full weaver. So we are making cloth. We do have clothes. Okay. Clothes is another one. I wouldn't mind doing some exports, but I don't want them to steal everything. What did I do wrong on my other one? So if I do priority limit, when an export depot has a priority fetch enabled, when enabled, so yes, it will fetch from storage sites that do not have priority fetch enabled, but only if the total goods stored in the warehouse exceeds this limit. Export workers will only priority fetch when at least 5% of our warehouse crates are filled, at least 15 items. So if I go ahead and change this to close, and I lower this, oh no, raise this. So I said, I want you to only grab things if I have at least 150. I have 34 items that can be priority fetched. I think that guy's doing it right now. That's not the right guy. If you have 100 goods and set it at 80%, it will sell 20%. So you're saying I should have this way up here? That's what I want. I want to only sell after a certain amount, but I feel like I'm not doing it right. So according to this, they should only grab things when I have at least 150. Look at total storage space. Okay, we are... Okay, I think that's actually here. So total storage space here, we could store 1,200. Tend to do 70. We'll let this play for a minute and see how it works out. I just don't want them to empty me out like they did the pots. All right, and you... Okay, you are also having the problem that you're not getting enough things in here. Let's bring in a second employee. Yeah, we might need another market. Yeah, you are out of food, even though we have food here, right? Yes. And yes. Okay, we'll see if 2 does it, and then we'll swing back around. Okay, we have everything here except for wood. That seems like that's fine. Right now you have it set so you'll only save 20%. Yeah, but 20% of, what is it, 1,200 should be plenty, right? That'd be over 200. I may need to fiddle with that off stream. Extend the stage. Stage looks like it's doing okay. Okay, we have some bread back in stock. Okay, I think I did need 2 people working there. That makes sense. We have expanded this town a whole bunch. Construction 3%. Is everyone chopping wood that I queued up? Yeah, they really like doing chop jobs. Yeah, it's the market that I'm concerned about. I think it was because that they actually ran out of goods. Putting 2 people to work seems to be solving it. We'll see. I need to keep an eye on this. If you're already at 100%, I was at 100%, I believe. We'll monitor this closely. The service still says it's okay. Capacity is 48. Yeah, we definitely are serving more than 48 people over here. Maybe it's time for another square over here. That could also be the case. We may also in the future want to make this a little larger. Yeah. Okay, we still have grain in the field. We did pull in 1,800. That's all collected, so we're down to just this. All right, I'm going to speed up. I kind of want to watch so that I see when we finish the grain collection. I want to see where we end once everything's inside. Last year, I don't even think we made it through winter before we had used up all the grain. Okay, we're doing work. That's fine. I like that there's just a random dude laying in my field. Just being sick. This is how we keep having E. coli outbreaks. I hope you're happy, William. William Obi-Wan Sherlock. Clouseau. There you go. Raphael Ambrosius. Yeah, we did up it manually, so we have it at 6 at the moment. I did put it on auto employ, so it'll surge up as it sees fit. It doesn't seem like rot is too obnoxious in this game. 1.81. That name's a Warhammer reference? Still having stuff sit out here. Okay, well, obviously we can fit all the grain, I guess. I guess that's kind of a moot point. Because we can fit like 4K, so like way more than what I'm pulling in at the moment. So the real question is, when do we run out of grain? Could also use a hauler. I have not played with the haulers yet. Nope, don't cancel. Oh, construction 99%. Okay, here we go. Come on, guys. Let's get this done. Where is the dude working on the last bit? Just literally nobody here. You're kidding me? 99% and you stop? Haulers are great for faraway resource to a different location. Eric with the third monitor content apparently. When you then pull from the hauler by using the pull warehouse from the hauler. Haulers are handy. They just collect specific resource and stockpile it at their job site. Loading and unloading station is what moves stuff a long distance. Yeah, we'll definitely need to play with some of the logistics. Come on, guys, finish this field. You're killing me. We're at 100, but not done. Okay, last bit, done. Okay, now 27 animals, and we're at 55 out of 59. Okay, so like 25 animals would be fine. Let's see if we can make that happen. So you, hey, I would like livestock. You do not have any livestock. Nope, you do not have any livestock. Okay, a little bit of a boo there. You. No, wait, hold on. That's offer, not demand. Okay, you do. You have 42 of them. Wait, are you telling me you want 4K for one livestock? No, 42. Okay. Oh, I misread that. Claim. Okay, you seem like this is cheaper. 45 is not cheaper. All right, we'll get it. We'll get it from the cheap person. All right, I would like. Let's just type. Thank goodness you're letting me type. 25 livestock, please. What do you want? Yep, monies. Cool. Okay, on the way. He has 4.2. Gotcha. Cost per item is on the far right side. Gotcha. Okay, now that's going to be meat and leather coming in. Once this gets up and going. The leather will be nice. We'll be able to finish making that armor, hopefully. We're sitting okay on clothes. Oh, that's true. Nobody is training. We also have, like, nobody to do odd jobs. So let's pull some people in. Oops, I always do that. Let's pull in an additional, I don't know, 40 people. We're going to go pretty hard on that. All right, and you... so what we want to do is come in here, and we want to up, let's say 40 people. We'll try that. Melee training. We'll even go a little higher on that. All right, we'll let that happen. Numbers are starting to ramp up. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Still really slow on that furniture, though. Okay, that's looking pretty good. We still have some grain in the field. Okay, I'm liking that. We're still at 1.8K, and we're still pulling some more in. Bread's looking pretty healthy. What are you showing? We are just barely making food. Barely. That will go up once this comes online. These do use a lot of space though, holy moly. Lizards are so strong in combat, even naked, it's easy to murder random bandits. Time to get advanced furniture efficiency. Yeah, we are sitting on a lot of tech points. But we're also sitting on the end of stream. Tell you what, assuming we're coming back to this, next time we will start by looking at tech, I think. Yeah, we went really late last time because I've just been enjoying this so much, but I do really need to call it. So, innovation mostly goes into production. Okay, so we are going to be winding it down here for tonight. This is the 3-hour mark, give or take. First of all, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like. That really does help me. If you haven't subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription tonight. I'd love to have you back here in chat or in the comment section. If you want to go above and beyond, you can always super chat here. You could leave a super thanks on a VOD. Check out the Patreon that's linked in the channel info, or become a member on YouTube. The patrons and the members can link their Discord if you want to get into the file channel. I've got things like the Turn 0 files for Shadow Empires if you want to play along, or the island maps from Dominions as a couple examples, some blueprints from House of Legacy, and we'll add things as we play games that have other files available. Beyond that, on Friday we have Late Age Lemuria, the last Late Age stream, at least going through the first time around, so hopefully people will show. It'll be a pretty fun one, I think. Nothing fun like Roman ghosts, so that should be pretty exciting. And then I don't know exactly when we're going to start. I have a suspicion I'm probably going to want to start on Sunday, but we're going to be doing a playthrough of Final Fantasy Tactics. And I'm going to hit that really hard over the 2 weeks around Christmas and try to get that beaten up. I think we're enjoying Song of Six enough that I'm going to probably rotate that in there a little bit, or we'll come back to it when we're done with Final Fantasy Tactics, one or the other. We'll see. Because I've really been enjoying it. At some point, we'll roll up another settlement and use the knowledge that we've gained. But so far, we haven't got wiped out or anything. So I think we're still learning plenty on this map. So quite enjoying that. Beyond those things, the Quasimorph had a new episode today, I believe. And tomorrow, I've got my year in review Steam video. So if you want to see kind of a combination of what I was playing / what we were streaming / playing on the channel, because for me that they're pretty intertwined. So if you haven't watched the 2024 video, your homework is to watch that one so you're prepared for the 2025 video, so we can compare and contrast. All right, thanks everyone for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. It's fun as always. Thank you guys for gently teaching me and being patient. Sorry, I'm a streamer. Please be patient. Catching anything else? Bad Glory subscribed. Welcome in, Bad Glory. Glad to have you. Game turns into a completely new one once you unlock the world map. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. We'll have to check out some of the Dominion stuff. I have 2 years of Dominions content, Bad Glory, so I'll see you in a few hundred hours if you make your way through the playlist. I've done asterisks every nation coming this Friday, barring 2 water nations that we'll probably do in the next couple weeks. So there's a lot of Dominions content if you're into that. Okay, guys, enjoy your Thursday. I will see you on Friday. Babble out.